Hello everyone, welcome to a new game here, Concrete Jungle. I got a recommendation of this a few days ago on a Discord server from the Discord server for the Solar Settlers game developer. It wasn't recommended by the game developer, just someone else there, but I don't know. It's always an interesting thing to check out, you know, recommendations by people who like the games you like. Some of them I clearly don't want. This one, I checked it out. It reminds me exactly of, like, I don't know, this is probably some well-tested formula that I've only seen exactly 2 times, but it reminds me exactly of, like, I think the second game I ever bought on Android for, like, $1. But it adds some new elements. It's like it's a city, I don't know, it's a puzzle kind of thing themed around city building. I haven't played at all. I guess we're gonna get into campaign because that's the tutorial as well. I watched a YouTube video from someone who like sort of understood the game, so, but like I don't know, it's fairly self-explanatory. I think. I hope. They're giving me a small grid to start with.
Welcome to the small town
Okay,
of
can I
Hollyville.
like turn off voices?
My name is Lainey, and I'm here to... Looking around is pretty easy. You can use the right map. You can also zoom in and out.
Of course.
In front of you, there is a small grid upon which those buildings are determined by a series. That will do nicely.
So it sells itself as a deck builder. I'm not sure yet how like much I believe that sale, but you do have like a starting deck of some mediocre cards, and you can add cards to it in some way that is not totally scripted, but there is a lot of control over it, as far as I can tell.
At the top here is the next card in your build list. On the card is a small 3x3 grid. Blue squares represent +1 point. So the school will give +1 points.
Right. So the idea is we're going to put down at some point, not now, I'm not allowed to, houses. Houses are, well, you put down stuff that
you can now
gives plus or minus attributes
to highlights. Let's put the school here.
To adjacent tiles, right? Things like to be next to schools. So now all these tiles are worth.
Some plus score markers on. If we place point collecting
most buildings don't care about scores, but houses are the main one that does.
Notice how it tells you on. So let's get some.
And so our goal is to.
We have a target to reach. Currently, that target is 2. You can see your current
each
target
column
right here
you have a
in
goal,
the top right.
a number of points, which in a real game I think starts at 3.
In order to
for this
fulfill
tutorial,
that
it's
target
2.
for each column, we need. Next up, we have a car wash.
Okay, yeah.
This card also has some.
God, can I just play a real fucking game? Like, there are some mechanics I'd like to get to, but I don't want to be handheld for hours.
Which means it. But crucially, it select and place the car wash so that.
So this one has pluses in some directions and minuses, and they're going to teach me to.
We now have 2 points.
Now this row is worth 2 because the house has 2 +1s.
And car wash.
And now the whole row has a total of at least 2,
also
so we're going to score this row.
Now the first column.
Ta-da!
See that? The column has been. It also means you get a new empty column. The immediate aim of the game is always to clear. Those are the basics. Fill this column with the following non-point collect. If any building area effects spill off the side of the grid, they will.
Yeah. So one thing I wondered is, like, if you put a factory up here, right, it puts a red over there, but there's no building there. If we later reveal something there, will the red appear? I think the answer is no. This is going to be permanently doing nothing. Anyway, you want me to build a factory somewhere. All in this column? But I won't be able to get my score.
Now we have no point collecting buildings in this column. This will likely happen to you sometimes, but just to be clear, it's something you want to try and avoid. And not just because we have a brewery and factory next to a school. With no means of collecting points, this column cannot reach. Therefore, it's just going to sit there while we fill up the rest of the empty land. Once the first column is filled, you'll notice this little button flashing it. All we have to do is click it to force clear.
Do I have 4 lives? Is that what this number means?
Great! However,
no, I had some number,
clearing
but
isn't free. It costs you 1 life. You can see how many lives you have left here.
Okay.
Make sure you use your lives sparingly. Once you now see if you can complete past this column here using the next batch of buildings.
Okay. Cool, so I'm allowed to actually do something now. Ah, and the buildings we built here are still affecting this. That makes sense. Because this row was here when we placed those buildings. Sure. So, oh right, I have to build from the top. House here seems good. We'll put a house here. And then school, that finishes the row, which is fine. A supermarket here seems all right. Let's, we need a little bit more in this row, so sure, put a shop there, I guess? I don't know. I mean, they're making it easy for me, obviously. And now we can just kind of do anything. I don't know if there's any, like, bonus to getting more points than you need. For a row? Like, do you get some sort of advantage?
Looks like you're ready for the next.
So we finished, like, okay, it's a little loud. The fireworks. So there's no, like, I can't, like, test out of a level I have to click through. Learn how to play solo mode. Okay, that's what I want. Sort of. Solo mode simplified. What exactly is simplified about it? Is it smaller? I think this is the normal
Since you
size.
did such a good job at Holly, well, apart from the whole, I've hired you to develop in the you know what to do. Just a few. You now have 2 times as many
Okay, I get
build
to pick
slots.
2 things. Yep.
You can now choose your next building from either of the cards. Oh, the excitement! Us government. I've also thrown some new buildings into the mix. This is a green. Yes, the card is yellow. Get used to it. It's one of my favorite entry-level cards. It lets you choose a tile around it to give +1 to. Super useful.
Okay.
All you have to do with a green is place it where you want as normal. Some blue, just select where you want to. If you decide to cancel the placement after you have clicked, you can do so by click. If you ever get confused about what you need to develop the land
right-click a
without
card, okay.
running out of lives. This bar here shows you how close you are from completion. It will fill with blueness as you clear columns.
Oh, this arrow is pointing at the overall thing, not at any part of it. Okay, got it.
One more thing. The column target is now set at 3. I'm going back to City Hall. I've got...
Okay. What's with the... Why is there like a little... The kind of barrier around everything that isn't on these 2 tiles. Is there some way I can look behind me? Ah, cute. Okay. So, something that we come to understand later, but maybe not in this first game, is these buildings that are strictly negative do have some advantage in real life, but maybe in the solo game or in the first intro game, it's not covered. They help. They help you get your tech level up in a way. You get more powerful buildings by playing these kind of negative buildings. Anyway, I don't know. Like, let's buff that up. Why not? Car wash like that. And since we're not going to put anyone on this square anyway, we might as well make it stinkier. Oh, don't forget. I keep forgetting I can switch between these two. In the game that I played... Okay, so what the hell's a brewery? It does nothing? Is that right? Okay, but it has... It's the same, like, basic color as this, so it has some kind of synergy with these in a way that I don't understand yet. Groups of similarly colored cards that are adjacent are somehow impactful or meaningful. So, fine. We take up this crummy space and we connect the block. Now, we know we want a house here. We probably want a house here as well. We could put a supermarket in here, although maybe this is better. Yeah, that's obviously great. Much better. library. I should be paying more attention to what's coming up, of course, because I haven't really left myself great spots for a library. I guess this is okay. This row here, like, is a little chat. Maybe I should... I could do this, and that covers... I don't know. I guess this is fine. We'll go right here. I'll figure something out for this second row. Like a school, which can be placed here. And I want my green... This row already is, like, very happy. And so I can afford to spend effort from... Oh, hang on. Can I cancel that? No, now that I've clicked, I have to place it. Okay, well, I'll put it here. And now we know we want houses here. And, okay, so this is our path filling this route. We can put a shop in. Now a house here finishes this row. A park square. So this is very lovely. Everything near it gets better. It has a large red number, which is somehow like the upkeep cost, which I assume we will learn about in a later tutorial. But I'll just put it up here. Right? Sure. And we definitely want a house here. I can afford to put a factory here because nobody is using this space. And so the minuses don't matter. I can put a house here whenever I want to finish this row, but I want to see if I can, like, squeeze something else useful out of it first. In the meantime, we know we want a house here. And a school? I'd sort of rather wait. Ah, a brewery. That's what I can stick in here before we go. Okay, soon we're going to want to score this row, though. Maybe now, I guess I just plop the school in here before I unlock a house? It's sort of... No. Supermarket up here. And that gives me the house, which lets me clear the bottom area. Unless I want to put a school here first? Doesn't really seem necessary. So, I mean, this is the basic game flow of the game that I played on Android. This game has some more depth, as I was talking about. And, like, you change your deck as the game goes on, and there's some sort of leveling up mechanic throughout a game. I don't totally understand it all. So school here looks lovely. Car wash could go here. I can fit a brewery like that. Nobody will mind. I think. Yeah. We want some houses here eventually. And the park square could go there in the smelly area, but making everyone else very happy. This row needs a little bit of help, so I could plop a shop down here, actually. Like, a shop looks like a worse green because you can't aim it. But I guess it's better in that it gives you more yellow, which is a good thing. And also it's a different color, which affects blocks. Both of these are things we don't know about yet in this intro level. So I don't know, I'll just put a shop in here. That was a green. I meant to do a shop, but it was illegal to do that. Okay. Alright, well now those two greens are connected and they're somehow happier together. So house me up here. And I am going to need to just fill these spaces with houses, so I can't just plop a factory down. But I could probably put a factory like here. Houses here. Toss a shop in. Make those guys happier. Notice how the grass is greener, I think, in the happy areas as well. Yeah, this is a perfectly fine time to cash out the row. Although, I don't know, maybe I should have played the supermarket first. No, I like the supermarket in this row, of course. There you go. So, not a terribly difficult game in this intro level. If you make any reasonable decisions, you'll be fine. Car wash could go there. Sure. And then, oh, we could plop a green in here, maybe? It's not really necessary because any house anywhere would make them very happy. But I'd have to do something with all this space. Brewery, let's plop a house in here just to get the row out of the way so I can start advancing this area. Okay, and that's my goal, is to finish all these rows. So a supermarket here is useless because I don't care about the rows past this. A school is fine, however. We can cache this row. And now a supermarket can go in. Maybe a green here. Houses. Houses. Ah! Okay, the screen was moving. I was trying to click here. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Shops. Stinky old factories go up here. So do car washes and breweries. Let's try and make this place a nirvana. A paradise, heaven on earth. Oh, they're very happy. I mean, I could obviously get more points by putting a 3 here. I don't really, this is an intro, we don't need to style on them, right?
Excellent.
Ah, the fireworks. Oh, there is like a score for the, okay. But so what I want you to teach me about, this is the real solo mode where you teach me about deck building and, okay. But first, where are the music levels are fine. The dialogue is actually fine too. Is ambient fireworks? What part are the fireworks? I want to turn those down. All right. Okay, so teach me about how to manage my deck and stuff like that.
Did you hear the news? Caribou City has a new can't wait to meet it. But welcome to Grapefruit District. So it's a perfect site for redevelopment. You've been doing, up until now, you've been using a preset selection of cards. You always start the game with 12 cards. These are basic entry-level cards, and most of the ones you've been using so far fall into this category.
Okay. Shows me pictures of deck and discard here, maybe?
You can tell a card's level by the colored triangle in the top right. This gray-pink color represents a basic level card.
Oh, those colors are horrible. I hope I don't have to actually use those.
Remember, you can always right-click on a card at any time. There are some other numbers here too. This number is the card's expenditure cost. When you play this card, the number here gets added to this bar in the top right.
Okay.
When this bar fills up due to accumulating expenditure from your buildings, your column target will increase by 1.
Okay, so that's what makes us that's what makes the game more difficult, is that your goal is increasing as you build more stuff. but you can influence how quickly it builds by how expensive the buildings you build are. Okay.
So that makes everything harder, since then you need to reach that higher. In other words, high expenditure costs are something you want to avoid. But seeing as almost every building has an associated expenditure cost, this other number in yellow here is a bit more positive. This is the card's economy point contribution. In a similar fashion, this number gets added to the yellow bar in the top right.
Right.
I'll show you what happens when the economy bar fills. Let's place some buildings that are good.
Okay. So I can build this wherever I want. Obviously down here seems good. We need to get to 5 to learn what this is all about. So maybe I'll just build the brewery and the factory together and not worry about this yet. This row is obviously a good place for those things because it's already happy, mostly.
You now have a purchase. You get one every time the yellow bar fills to its maximum.
Okay.
We can spin this on a new card to add to our deck. Look, a new button.
Oh, it is a new button. Thank you. I appreciate how excited
This
you
button
sound.
opens the card shop, and that's exactly what it sounds like. You'll get a choice of 4 random cards to add to your deck.
Okay. So, now that I've clicked here, do I have to buy one of these cards? I think I do, right? I've spent my point somehow? Or could I leave if I wanted? In the tutorial, presumably I can't. In the real game, can I? I'm not sure. Maybe I could, yeah. But the tutorial is talking to me. What the heck is... Huh, okay, whatever. Anyway, so I can either buy a shop, a factory, a brewery, or a park square. I mean... It's gotta be factories, right? We're so early in the game that it's easy to hit 3s. And just adding this thing that is great for yellow and light on red should be fine, right? Give me more factories. This is ramp.
Good
That's my hope.
choice. That should keep you going for a little while.
Okay. So a restaurant here seems fine. And shops pointing down this way is all right. This is a good spot for a school in the future. So I'll just put down a house. And maybe a... If I put a green pointing at this, it would finish the row. I don't know that I want that. Maybe I do. I don't know. Actually... I had been wondering for a while whether it was beneficial to kind of drag out scoring, get more points for each row. Like the game I played on Android called, I think it was called Mega City. It was beneficial to do this because like the game got harder or something every time you advanced a row or a fixed number of rows or something. But you scored points for the total of each row you scored. Like, not 3, but like if you could get this row to score 10, it was worth 10 points. But in this game, they haven't told me yet explicitly whether you should try to score as fast as possible. But I think this expenditure cost is the answer to that question, right? Every building you build that you don't have to build makes the game harder for you more quickly. So, in principle, you want to, all other things being equal, score rows with as little expenditure as possible. Now, things aren't always equal. I'm sure there are, like, you know, for example, I might want to not score this round yet because I want to put a school here, which is true. I do. But other than that, if a school is enough to score this row, I should just do it, right? You know, if I don't need this row in order to help me get the next row, I should just cash it out and move on. So, how are we going to finish this place? I think we should just put a green in right here. And a house. Ah, no, I can use this place to build crummy old factories that nobody wants anywhere else. Sure. So that's something to grind out before you cash in. But at the moment, this row is finished. There's no further purpose to do anything with it. I got my factory, and now the place is gone, so everybody's happy. Now hang on. I have a point, right? I can buy a thing. Is that what that one means? Yeah. Ooh, theater. That looks really good. Yeah, look, it has a different background. It's not. Is that right? It's level 2 or something. Is this the same level? Does that mean level 4 out of 5? Yeah, I was gonna say, this looks great. It doesn't have a very high expenditure. It has a very high economy. And it puts out, like, shitloads of blues. Put these in my deck, please. So... I see. So one thing that I know from watching this YouTube video is that I could have looked at the icons. This theater is single use. You only get one of them. It's not. It's like exhaust, right? Or, you know, whatever. The Slate Spire mechanic isn't close enough to compare. But the point is, you only get to put the theater down once. If I had bought something else, I could have played it many times. Okay, but it gives me almost an entire growth level on its own, so maybe it wasn't so bad. But I think I probably made the wrong choice. Who cares? So there's like another thing in the shop you can do, but they haven't taught me about it yet. What is this? It's a park square. But so I everything that's in my deck, I eventually just like have to build as I cycle through it, right? That's not... My mouse was way down here when I clicked. I was seeing if clicking this did anything. But it placed this. Okay, well, that sucks. It's not a good place to have built that. There's a lot of better places. Like here would have been maybe nice. Anyway, but like, so the fact that that had 0 economy and 5 upkeep, like, I'm stuck paying that cost eventually. I can't ever not build something. I think you can get, like, upgrades that somehow permit this. But not in this solo mode yet. Not in this intro game, I think. Anyway, I don't know. I guess we want a restaurant here before we close out this row, maybe? I don't know. These guys are doing fine. I'm just going to cash out the row. Houses here. And here? What am I doing with that theater? I'm just gonna put the house here. We'll figure it out. So I want to leave this bottom row for my factory. The restaurant can go here. Making most of the minuses be wasted on breweries and factories or whatever. I think that's a brewery and that's a factory, right? Ooh, we can fit 2 more factories on this row. If I can use just this space and this space for people. It's gonna be a bit tough to get this row, actually. If I put both factories down here. Maybe I put the factories here and try to have houses here and here with upgrades for them in this area. I'm gonna put the theater up here. It should make finishing those 2 rows very easy. Look at the... Okay, so I can just ignore buying. I don't have to pay for anything yet. But the question is, can I make a supermarket be good enough? No, a supermarket is the opposite of what I need, right? It's like the opposite of a restaurant? Yeah, okay. This is my problem row. And a supermarket wouldn't help with it. I could use a garage, but I don't think I want another park square, I tell you that. I think I can put a house here and a factory here. Or what if I just put both factories here? That was sort of a plan I had earlier, right? Why don't I do that? That still seems workable. Okay, I can put shops here now to work with this guy. Also, he's joining a block of houses, which somehow does something. Green. We want to put a school in here eventually, I think. Or here would be even better. Wow, that would be a heck of a school. I think we can fit a brewery there. And shops reaching down into this. No, that. And eventually I'll get a school to plop down here and everything will be fine. Houses, I want that to be a house for this row, but not this because I needed to finish off this too. We can put one here. A factory is fine here. A garage? Is a garage any good? It's probably fine. Your sparky alternator plug is fried. That is a weird phrasing. Okay, and then we get to see what we have next. Ooh, chemical plant. Yikes. This was a landfill in the Android game. Except it didn't have this whole concept of economy and maintenance or whatever they're called, expenditure. God, that'd be a pretty sad. I can't put it there. I hate this restaurant. I can put it here. No one's using this space, and it makes this row very easy. I guess it's fine. So I guess I want a house. No, this can't be a house. This has to be like, oh man, I need a school here and here? I need a lot of schools. So if I'm putting a school here to finish off these rows, this needs to be buffed twice, and a school here and like a shop here would do it. So I guess I do need a house here, right? And then it's no big trouble to squeeze in a factory. And finally, we can get these rows off the books. Now, if I had to, I could put a garage here, but then this row would have a total of 0. I would need to do something pretty miraculous in this area, right? So that's why I'm waiting for another school. How many? Can I look at my deck? Or yeah, I only have one school. But I have a park square which I can put here and use as a school. And then like a shop or a garage here. If I put a garage here, I need a little bit more work in this area, but that shouldn't be too hard. So, okay. A garage here, a park square here works. Ah, so there is like kind of terrain up ahead of you that can sometimes change. Like these water tiles are interesting. We're gonna want houses here. And here, I guess. Oh, why do these have +1s? Because of the river somehow? I guess. Okay, now I can put breweries in, like, here. Nobody needs... Oh, here's even better. Because then I can squeeze in a factory. Alright, what can I add? Give me a library, please. Right? I'm having a little bit of trouble meeting getting sufficient blues. Wait, do I have a... I don't have... I can't buy one, can I? Green's nice. I can. Did I already have one? How do I know if I'm out? Oh, does this mean I have one left? Oh, give me another school. I see. Okay, so I've been leveling without noticing it and then not buying stuff. Got it. Okay, and then a school here fixes all my problems. So let's put a house in. And I'd like another house here to eventually squeeze in a school, I assume? Ah, we're at 4 now. Okay. For the very last row only. I could put in a green here, but I don't really need it. This row is taken care of as soon as I draw a school. But I guess that's going to be a while. I could try to do it with a library instead, but libraries in this area suck. I don't know, what else am I going to put here, really, but a green? I guess the issue is I don't know where I want the green to point. Let's point it here. So if you figure this row is taken care of by a school eventually, I want to start working on this row, I guess. Why do they hate this area up here? Build a block with 4 buildings to gain an extra +2 economy bonus. I guess I just did that. Okay. Maybe I just don't need a school in here. Maybe I can just build a green and be fine. And then like another green in the future, or a shop or something. But I don't want to give up this space yet. I don't know, I guess it's fine. This should be okay. Sure, supermarket, we're about to win anyway. Park here seems about as good as anything could be. We do have to work quite a bit on this space, I guess. But The green or a supermarket will fix it, so that's fine. Oh, it's very industrial up here. School comes in, houses, and supermarket. There you go. Oh, I need to build a house, sure. Oh, right, this wants a 4. I forgot. Okay, have another.
Another area.
Okay, so tell me, like, what's with all the other stuff? So there's unlocks of, like, cards you can... I don't totally know how the, like, meta progression system works. I think it's more about complexity and not about difficulty, but I don't really understand. If an adjacent tile's points are 0, set it to 1. Okay. So we can maybe stomach one more tutorial where you tell me about the whole game? Are you gonna do that? Because I know there is more.
Good morning! Welcome to Randolph. I've got a new card to show you, but to demonstrate, I need you to build a city block.
Okay, so we learn about city blocks.
You may have noticed already that if you place buildings at the same, this forms a city block. You can differentiate between blocks. We've got a few houses here. They're all of the residential class, green. By default, the maximum block size is 4 buildings, but you may come across cards that increase this.
The maximum size?
Place
what does that
the 3
mean?
houses in a row here. This next card is special because it can give 1 point to each building on the block.
Okay.
Like the green, however, you can only choose blocks adjacent to it. So select the community hall and place it on a tile next to the residential block.
Okay.
Magic! Buildings that affect entire blocks can be really powerful.
Sure.
There's something else I need to make you aware. Up until now, you've only used cards that are repeatedly cycled in your deck.
Not true.
Some cards, however, are one use only. These cards are usually either more powerful or cost less expenditure to make up for it. You can tell if a card is cycled in your deck repeatedly or a one-shot card by look for the circling arrows behind the class icon. As you can see here, the houses, that means when you've played all the cards in your deck, it will remain along. The duplex, on the other hand, is a one-shot card. Once you've played it, the card will be... To make up for the fact it's one use only, the duplex has a nice bonus effect. You have a duplex available now, so you could put it on one of these tiles. The duplex gives +2 points to itself, but placing it here will also make it join your existing or you can place it further out to help you clear a future column. It's your call. Good luck.
Okay, so, I mean, we're learning about blocks here, I guess. But I know there's one other, like, upgrading mechanic that we still haven't even understood yet. I don't know, whatever. I'll just duplex down here and clear this whole row, right? The 2 rows, I mean. Save on expenditure for those. A clinic. So it's like a really bad school? Like a horrible school? It is purple, though. Because, like, schools, as I recall, were like 0-1 or 0-2 or something. And they have the same shape here. But they're blue. I think? Maybe not. It wouldn't make sense for them to be blue, I think. Maybe they were green or purple all along? But why is Clinic so bad? Okay, I'm sure there's some reason. It could just be an intentionally worse card, one never knows. But I'm interested in trying to see if the clinic can, like, join this block and do something useful. I think it can, but I don't know that it would be useful. So where am I going to put the clinic? Here? I guess. I'm gonna have trouble getting this to 3. I guess I can just put a green in this area. So my idea was this clinic here. Can I tell what kind of building that is? I can't. It looks like houses, though. I want to put this factory down in the corner here, where it will affect almost nothing, but I kind of need the space in this row. I'll put it up here. A problem for future, Alan. This seems fine. Oh, maybe I could have put the factory here. I thought it would be bad to put this next to the clinic, but of course it's fine. The clinic doesn't care if it's next to a garage. Only houses would care. Silos can be placed upon instances of itself as well as on an empty tile. Yeah. So does that make it like -2/-2 if you do that? Probably, right? Community garden you can only use once. Increases the block size it's in by 1. By 3, I'm sorry. And also adds 1 to a building. Okay. And renovation, I think, doesn't even take up a space. Yeah, you just give a tile extra, 1 extra point. I'd like to try silos. They're like a factory that takes up a little bit less floor space and that you can stack. I don't know, seems fun. How about this? I don't know. This maybe, because this row is already doing fine. Of course, we don't want to poison this row, right? Maybe just that. Poison the area a little bit less. Nah, we can manage like that. Now we have several rows that are going to be all easy to do, I think. This restaurant here does almost nothing. I guess I could put it here, but no, I want to make it. It doesn't do nothing. These +1s are all useful. Oh, I thought this. I almost thought this. I thought this was a house, and almost put it down. That would have been kind of bad. Okay, silos, just in time. See how it works. I can just put it here. I think that might be okay. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff in this tile already. Why is it highlighting? Oh, it's going to join this block. I see. We can put like a green here maybe to join this other green. House here. And here. A clinic there looks useful. And I can plonk a factory down here. Nobody seems to care, and it joins this nice block. A farmhouse. The same as a house in the way it collects points, but it's classed as a rural building instead of residential. So it's a different color. Food processing plant. We wanted to add a bunch of cards. Community hall. Okay, so this was a one-use thing we started with. We could buy another if we wanted. I don't especially. Trailer park. It's a... Collect points minimum 1. So it makes the area near it undesirable, but it's always worth at least 1 point. Even if it's in, like, a landfill. Interesting. I don't know, I think I'm gonna start mixing in... I don't have any, like, farm-related rural things yet. I could get some, but I think, like, just having more house-like things is nice. I don't know where I want these shops. Maybe just here? And I want to put a house here, but not yet. Because I want to use this space to put a green here so that I can finish this row with very little investment. And then I can afford a restaurant here. Because I'm not using any of these ones for anything. Ta-da! See, this is like a really large residential block. I guess somehow this one isn't part of this block? Huh. Okay. Weird. So a house or a trailer park here? I don't know, it'd be nice to be able to use this space. Maybe I'll put a trailer park here. Ah, that debuffs that. That's not so hot. Here then? Or even here. No. I could put a trailer park here and put a garage next to it. They shouldn't mind, right? Yeah. It's worth a point, even though it was worth -1, and now it should still be worth -1, right? Or worth 1. Yeah, they love this place. Smelly old trailer park is home sweet home. A supermarket up here seems okay. Although not really necessary, I imagine. Oh, where are my other silos? Here they are. Oh, right next to the trailer park. So one thing I wanted to find out was, would this double the redness? And I won't find out because it's next to a trailer park who doesn't even mind. Oh, I have an upgrade, by the way. Oh, we like schools and libraries, right? Schools are great. So a house here. And then just toss a trailer park in? And a green to finish this area off. Although there go my silos, oh well. It's kind of nice to have a place to... I should have waited on that. Just so I could have a place to dump in extra silos to gain, like, points without having to spend a lot of... without having to figure out where to put the red. So this place is handled. This place is close. A clinic here should be just about everything we need. Put a shop in here. School could go there. green to make this into a 3, so we don't need so many houses. Maybe we could have put the green to deal with this. Well, no, a restaurant can do it. Here we go. Oh, but that's gonna mess this up. Okay, here's fine. Oh, that actually just finishes the whole row. A factory here is fine, and then it's just houses, houses, houses. Yeah, see, a clinic is just a worse school. So this is level 2 out of 5 town. Ah, this is starter, I see. So the school is not a card you can start with. You can start with clinic, and then you can get schools eventually that are just like better clinics. And there is some kind of mechanism for like purging cards from your deck to like get rid of the clinic and cards like it, so you draw the good ones more often. I just need to like put down random garbage until I draw a house, basically. If I don't get one, it's going to be a little tough to work with. Okay, we're drawing a house. So I was thinking it would be kind of fun to put down a restaurant here to make sure that we can actually complete this row, even though we won't have to. But it actually threatens like making it hard to finish this row, so I won't do that. We'll put the restaurant up here. And then just a house.
Great work. You didn't ruin it. That's the Caribou City way. Aim.
Very funny. Alright, so I think that's probably like it for this game. Like, it's fine, and oh sorry, I tabbed out and turned off the music. It's fine, and if you've watched this far, you kind of have some idea of what the game is about. I'll probably play some more, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know, I'm not thrilled to make more videos about it. Just thought I'd try it out and show you guys. It's kind of what I do. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.